So right about now we're in Kamwokya. This is the Kampala City Walk. We are with Ivan and a lot of creatives here, photographers and videographers. And this is one of the most unique experiences that you can have, getting to experience Kampala. And if you're there, you're a tourist, you want to learn about Kampala and some unique places like this and you need access, this is one of the activities or events that you can join in and have a unique perspective of what life feels like. So subscribe to Ivan's YouTube channel and see you.
So at this moment, the photo walk has reached Kamwokya, and this is the old Kamwokya road, and this is the other road that takes you there. It is called the Chira road, and down there you get into the ghetto. This other side you also get into where we have the market. Usually we have a market here, but we shall be entering inside there.
We have to do the things.
So here is to where we have the market. Well, I think this market needs to be upgraded, but there is a market here. And we shall be getting through it. The other part of the team has gone. And it being a Sunday, some of the stalls aren't open. People have not come out because it's a few people that show up on days like this. So we are going to get into the community, but of course as people take photos, as people interact with the others.
I know, right?
So inside the market we are going through, there is a section of charcoal. Of course, things like gas aren't that much used. The commonest food is bananas, matoke. So this is where we are. We are getting into the Kamwokya community, and up there that is Mawanda Road. Up there, that is supposed to be Mulago Hill. Over the other side, that's where we have the National Hospital, and then back the city is that other side. So this other side is Kamwokya, and this is where we are. And the market is this way where I've come from, and now we are heading to this side. Very crazy. It's a bright sunny day. We tend to call these unprivileged communities, but in their being unprivileged, they always have the food in abundance. It is a season of mangoes. This is matoke or bananas. Look at this one being knocked. Where is he going?
I know my privilege. I don't know my privilege.
So usually it is hard for one to come into these communities. Usually it's hard for one to come into these communities alone, but as a collective, as a group, it is easy to execute such a task. I know, well, people have different questions, but of course you always need to find a way out and talk to them.
My name is Roland Yagaba. I am the founder of Mwado. Mwado is a platform for African stories, and we are very big on putting money in the pockets of the storytellers. So through the platform, we do that through ads and subscription. So if you have your business, you come and advertise. So we are part of the organizers of the photo walk. You can see all the people behind here walking. We do this with Unpublished Africa. That's an organization from Zimbabwe. They work with photographers from across Africa who are trying to be better at their work and become professional. So the photo walks activities they do in different African cities, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Harare, they're all over Africa. So we partner and we're trying to kill two birds with one stone, create beautiful content about our cities, but also help our members discover our cities because most of the times we're in cars just moving around. Walking gives you a different perspective of the city, taking the photos gives you a different appreciation. For this particular one, we're now in Kamwokya. This is a very nice center in Kamwokya. We partnered with Uganda Press Photo Awards. They wanted us to explore, what do they call it? Informal structures, yeah, and how they fit into the environment. So, yeah, we're discovering Kamwokya, and we look forward to more of these. We do one every quarter. So if you have never come for them, please join us and, be part of capturing this our city. Thank you very much. It's free of charge. It's free of charge. Even more, though, you can post your photos and things free of charge. Then us we shall look for the money with you. I think that's it.
Your name?
My name is Patricia Kamsime. Today was really mind-opening. I've always been wanting to go on a photo walk with my fellow photographers, especially since it's the first time I'm into photography. So I've always been looking for a community that will make it easy for me to relate with, make me feel comfortable, because I have my fears of just strolling out on the street and putting out my camera and taking, people like, but when you're with people and it's a community, it's safer, it feels safer. So that's how the day was. I was happy to do this with other creatives, yeah.
Look forward to coming back? Or?
Definitely. I wouldn't miss it for anything else. All right. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you? That's cool.
Your name?
Natasha.
Natasha. How did you like the activity?
I loved it. I've never seen Katumba Badru's in person, but I'd seen his pictures and I always wondered and also there's another guy here, his name is Mickey. He does travel tour guides and I've always wanted to know how he gets access to a place like that and where people trust him enough to put the camera in their face and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty cool. So of course I love the activity. I love the opportunity to access the space, make some new relationships and connections, and also to observe architecture and design. Most of all, I wanted to see how they establish trust with people enough to let them in their space. I wanted to see people's reactions to that trust, and then I wanted to see if we were getting authentic pictures or we were getting even still kind of like a tourist trap to see if that's the real market. Yeah, so I just wanted to see people's reactions, but I also wanted to hear about architectural design and how a market is designed. It was very interesting to hear them talk about how the flows work and stuff like that. So I really like that. I'm a policy analyst by profession. So I was obviously looking at the campaign posters and where they end up, the materials and how Lukwago was so present everywhere. So yeah.
Where can one get your works from?
Well, right now I've only written one short story. Hopefully a novel will be coming out soon, but it's not about this kind of stuff. For me today was about policy analysis, which is my academic field, and understanding how the market looks like now, because I don't think I would have been brave enough to go in there myself with the whole entire and really interact with people.
I'll also give you the update. This road is currently under construction, and it's like they've focused more on this lane up to Mulago Round and not on the other one. So I think after this, they'll go back to the other one.
I'm Ian Kairu.
How was today's photo walk on your side?
The photo walk was very educational. It was great. Experience-wise, I'd say there's a lot of things I learned and a lot of assumptions that were broken down. You know, when it comes to these spaces we live in or we pass by day to day, a lot of the times we don't really pay attention to the intricacies, sorry about that, intricacies of what goes on. And having these in-depth walks, or you know, when you go looking for something, or when you go open-minded, there's a lot you actually get to absorb. You know, it was really smooth. You know, as long as you respect one another, basic, you know, showing basic respect, I don't think there's anything to worry about. So it was actually just like a normal everyday neighborhood, the people we interact with, but this time we went deeper into seeing, you know, how their lives work, how, you know, the conditions within, with how they work, with how they, you know, make a living. You can't be a stranger and, you know, appear with your device and start documenting. So ethics-wise, you have to know these people. It is not, the scenario is kind of complex. I won't really talk much on it, but I wouldn't recommend. And when it comes to these stories, really, consent is what matters. A lot of this camp all boils down to consent. So if someone is not in their right mind to offer you that consent, I wouldn't try to, you know, play that boundary.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay, how are you doing?
Your name?
Gobba Solomon.
Tell us, how was your experience for today?
Where do I start? It's been interesting. When I came, I saw people with very interesting cameras. I came with a phone, a very simple phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Let me come with my phone and see what I can actually capture with my phone.
Simple.
Have you seen people's cameras? You guys have Fuji cameras. You guys have Sony cameras. So my phone stood no chance. But I've enjoyed every inch of it. The places we have been to, the people I've interacted with, I've learned a thing or two about photography, and I know I'll come back next time. It's been a wonderful experience for me.
And I'm also asking, like, do this as a hobby, or you're looking into also buying those big machines?
I do this fully as a hobby. I am a pharmacist, so a lot of my time I'm either working with drugs or working in patients. Then I sell suits, I tailor suits, rent suits, and hire and sell brand new suits. That's what I do mostly.
Meaning this is just like a hobby, you're doing it as a hobby?
Yeah, I love photography. When I'm getting a phone, I make sure it has enough storage and very good camera. That's what I look out for, because I capture beautiful moments on my camera.
All right, so meaning you've done this for quite some time. Where do you put your photos?
Mostly on my phone, then sometimes I post it on my IG. Yeah, mostly my phone and IG. Then I print out a few to keep in my room.
All right, thank you very much.
I am Amos Gwal. I am an environmental design graduate, so this photo walk has been really, like, it has gotten me to reflect a lot on how we designers look at the spaces, like some of the public spaces we have around us. Let's take, for example, the market that we walk through, the Kamwokya market. It reminded me so much of like how some of the spaces are formed, let's say the informal settlements. There is a lot that we designers can borrow from that, how the spaces are formed, and also to look at what we can pick from that to see how better we can design some of these spaces. Because you see that most times we have people coming and they're saying, oh, we're going to design markets, but they totally forget about what was actually going on. And then they're going to provide 3 to 4 levels of a market, of which the second, third, and fourth are going to be just dormant and not occupied, which is, I think, is a really big gap that is there within the design. So I just think there's a lot we can pick from these very organic forming spaces. Yeah, so I think that's the word that I would leave out there, that let's take precedent of what's already there and let's learn from what's going on already out there, instead of coming, saying, thinking we know it all, yet we need to learn from the people who are actually there.
Do you do photography professionally or as a hobby?
I would say it's a mix of both, yeah, because I do document some projects and say like workshops. That's where I'm doing photography like professionally, but then I also just take pictures because I would love people to also see the things that I see, because not everyone gets to walk around and move around the city. The guys who want to see, but they don't have the opportunity to.
Where do you put your photos, the photos that you take? Where do you put those photos?
I do post them on Instagram. My page is place_7117.
The
So you
Instagram
can
is?
place7117. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram.
This is Kampala Road. Every other day you're out of Kampala, there is something that is happening. Some changes. So it's better you always open up the videos that you see. Mostly the new ones. They will have something. They will have an update. What is going on in Kampala? This is the city square, and of course, with its addition, the new addition, the electric buses, of course it is there. I see one bus there. These electric buses are supposed to be here, but apparently locals have not welcomed them. A few of them are using them. Some of them, when you ask them, they say they don't know about them. So the best way is for a video like this one. Tell people to come on board the buses, because they aren't expensive. They are half the price of the normal taxis. So this one here, it has AC, 100% electric, and payment is cashless. Of course, people are complaining that they are not getting filled faster. They usually get filled after long hours, and yet there are more people moving, there are more people that are traveling. So the best way to make people know, make people get aware of this, be aware of the buses, is the best way to have people be aware of the buses is if they talk about them and bring more buses, of course.